Hi, my name's Andrew Holland, and this is my wife.
Angela Holland.
Back in November of 2012, our youngest son, Ryan, who was 2 years old at the time, was sick. In fact, we'd been out of the country. We'd been in Ethiopia on a missions trip, and when we got back, we knew something was wrong, but we didn't know exactly what was going on. The first time we took him to the doctor, they weren't exactly sure what was going on. And the second time we went back,
I told him that the doctor told us to go to the hospital.
And about an hour later, she called me and said, I need you to come right away. They think he has diabetes. The doctor walked in and said, I hate to tell you this, but it's definitely type 1 diabetes. And her heart sank. And that was undoubtedly one of the lowest moments of our lives, one of the toughest moments in our marriage and our family. And Ryan's just a little guy. I mean, he's 2 years old. He's just a little dude. And he's full of life, full of energy. He's one of those kids that just lights up the room. When he walks in, he's loud and kind of demanding sometimes. And so anyway, I remember being so grateful for our church and for our relationship with God and the fact that we had an awesome church home in High Ridge. And so many people came up and brought gifts and showed us love and showed us support. But then you get home and now you've got to treat your son.
I asked the doctor when he diagnosed Ryan, I asked him, so will he get 1 shot a day? And, I guess I was pretty ignorant because he said no, at least 4 shots a day and 4 finger pricks a day.
As a dad, as a father, I want to be able to fix things for my kids. I want to be able to take care of them and be able to make their problems go away. And this is a situation that we couldn't fix in our own strength. But God's grace gives us the power to do what we couldn't do in our own strength. We'd made the choice for Angela to come home and not to work anymore. And right in the middle of that, I was driving one day and God spoke to me and said, I want you to give a good offering to Bridge the Future. It was one of those moments of kind of just low spiritually, even in the sense that we'd taken the step of faith for her to quit her job. But I remember that particular moment when God spoke. I was driving down the road and I was really bummed out about our financial situation. I mean, I was looking at our mountain of bills and our dwindling income and all of these things. And I'd made this great plan, and the plan had kind of gotten shot to pieces right out of the gate, right after we'd made that decision. And I remember driving down the road, and very clearly the Lord said, there's no way that you can do this in your own strength anyway, so you might as well give. You might as well trust me with your finances. There's a time years ago where our faith was low, and we allowed the enemy to persuade us that we needed that 10% for ourselves, and it was okay to not give. And what a opportunity to step out and do something that's beyond yourself. And I think that was what was so incredible about it, was we were sitting there in not a good financial situation. And in that moment, we chose to trust God with our finances and to give an amount that was about half of what we had available to give. Mm-hmm. We got to the point where we were giving over 20% of our income every month. And every single time that God spoke, God kept blessing and kept providing and just kept pouring out more and more and more. And God has provided above and beyond what we could ever have imagined. God's desire is for hearts that are submitted and surrendered to Him. And sometimes we go through trials, and we go through difficulty, and we go through challenging situations. And many times it's just God wanting to get our attention and make sure that we're submitted to Him, that our heart is fully His. And when you're obedient to what God's called you to do, then He pours out blessings. He provides. He gives grace. He gives strength. He's there. And in the midst of that, when you're doing that, then God is able to receive more glory in your life. He's glorified in our lives. And ultimately, that's what our family wants.